My next and third question is about Joe Biden and China. You see, Mr. President Donald Trump, has been accusing Mr. Biden of colluding with China during the entire campaign. So what can you tell my audience, tell us about Joe Biden and his ties to China? Did he meet Xi Jinping, or did?
Yes, he did. But he doesn't remember that he did. And the fact that he has, dementia, senility,
Yeah.
is his primary legal defense at this point, because he can never be. He is immune to being. This is why he's the candidate, by the way. It is not an accident. He is immune to cross-examination. He is immune to. He can't even confess to any crime. He doesn't remember anything. He cannot confirm or deny anything in any kind of legal process. You can't catch him in a lie. He just doesn't fucking remember. He's going to show a doctor's note. Yeah, I have dementia. They're going to do the drug test and show that he's been taking these anti-dementia medications at times when he needs them the most, but they have bad side effects. They can actually speed up the development of frontal lobe dementia.
Oh.
So that's why he doesn't take them all the time. It's like, in fact, he needs a week or two to recover. He actually has worse dementia than regular after his debates performances. Then he has to go into hiding for 3 weeks to recover.
Oh.
It's actually very bad what he's doing. It's elder abuse.
Yeah.
But so China, dude, there's a great game. There are no allies in the world. There are no allies in the world.
Just
partners. The
partners.
history of mankind is the brother stabs the brother in the back to become king. There are no fucking allies in the world. There are tacit. There are agreements. There are joint ventures of expedience. There are illusions, but it's Biden, Russia. The Russian-Chinese axis is one thing, but it uncovered that what U.S. and China were doing to Russia is similar to what Russia is doing to Iran. So, for example, Russia likes the sanctions on Iran. Okay, China likes the sanctions on Russia. That means that China would love for Russia to be cut off from Europe altogether, because then China is Russia's only trading partner.
Yeah. True.
Okay, right. So, and if Russia doesn't have capital coming in from Europe, then Russia cannot invest extra capital in post-Soviet Central Asia. It can't have stronger relationships with Kazakhstan,
Uzbekistan,
Kyrgyzstan, and who is getting stronger in those countries?
China.
So the world is a very interesting place.
Oh, absolutely,
So,
it is. Yeah.
but Joe Biden is not the strategist here behind this, by the way. He's he's not the brightest guy. He's just a very corrupt and evil man.
Yeah.
He was involved probably in the murder of his first wife and tried to kill his son Hunter in a car accident. There's evidence that the truck driver received money from Joe Biden. There is a open criminal complaint. I don't know if it's going to be investigated or if it's how grounded it is, but it has been opened. And the statute of limitations on murder is there's no statute. You can get prosecuted for a murder anytime. And Joe Biden China dealings were insane. What made Joe Biden so crazy is how cheaply this was done.
Oh.
How cheaply this was done. I mean, he basically, I think they had plans to get into the billions, but it looks like 400 million, 600 million. I mean, the guy sold out the entire foreign policy of the United States to China.
Wow.
But I think that the Clintons had gotten... I think that the Clintons did more that we don't know about. But on paper, I think their wealth grew. Maybe the audience is going to help me out here, but I think on paper, the audience, their wealth grew by over $200 million from the time they entered the White House to the time they left the White House. So I don't think that's got to be all the money. But we have now the paper trails from some bank statements that on Hunter's laptop of at least $430 million that the Bidens received from China.
Yeah.
But you know, what was that?
I said Hunter's laptop is worth a lot now. Yeah. Yeah, I said Hunter's laptop is now worth a lot of money now itself.
Let me pause this and take this call.
Oh. Okay, I'll cut that out. I'll edit that out.
Yeah, Hunter's laptop is worth a lot.
Yeah.
You know, but there's been a very strong media suppression campaign, and it's not likely that this story's gonna come out to enough people. However, apparently, according to some reliable polling, over 50% of people have heard about the laptop. The biggest problem in people understanding the Hunter laptop story has been Q-tards.
Oh.
Because Q-tards like to focus on what is called moral hysteria.
Oh.
So they're focusing on the sex stuff. So people think that Hunter Biden, who's not running for president, got his laptop found and he was having sex with a lot of prostitutes and smoking crack. And maybe some of them were underage, but he's also not running for president and has nothing to do with China. So I think that has been a huge disservice, because think about trying to explain, well, what's the China thing? Well, the laptop has stuff, and it's sex, it's Joe Biden's son smoking crack. I was like, okay, that's not the fucking story here. That's not the fucking story here. People are being, Q-tards are sending a wrong
message.
Like, that's great for the base, because the base is motivated by these it's called moral hysteria. It's a known phenomenon in sociology, psychology. Moral hysteria. So it's but that's not the story. The story is that they receive money, and in return
from China.
Yes, from China, and that in response, Joe Biden influenced American trade policy towards China, which led towards China being unchallenged at the level of the World Trade Organization. The real issue is that China, which is probably the wealthiest and most powerful country on the planet, has a world trade status as being a developing nation. Right? And if we apply the same criteria to the U.S., once we adjust for inflated currencies, you see, like, the U.S. has been overstating the value of its currency, so that imports are cheaper, and China has been undervaluing the real value of their currency so that their exports are cheaper, so that it encourages the U.S. to buy from other countries, so the U.S. has no workers producing things, and instead everyone works at Best Buy and Target, okay, in the retail sector. But the retail sector is completely inflated. We could destroy the retail sector. Could nationalize. Amazon is just a privatized postal service. All you have to do is that the post office has the catalogs. Then the workers produce the things. You order the things, and they arrive at your house. You can shut down all these useless jobs, so that people don't want to do. So Joe Biden's policies are connected to, it's not just Joe Biden. This was this was a policy that came into being with Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
This was, and every president afterwards. So I think that only Reagan was involved in promoting Japan over China at a certain point, but had protectionist policies. But that's it. And I don't like Reagan at all. But that's just the facts of the the story. So that's the Joe Biden laptop story.
Yeah.
It's actually not. People are so caught up in the crack smoking part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so